Well, they said that they wanted to early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive. He burned them, and I don't think it's the last time they call his number in this one.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25.
Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up, 1st and 10.
At their own 25-yard line.
From the gun, it's Lawrence. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. And now, Charles, they're working with a short field, a chance to make this a 2-score game, and these guys haven't even worked into a lather yet here in the first quarter.
Yeah, how about that? You score, you take it away, get an excellent return, and now you get a chance to go up 2 scores in this game.
Dancing to his left. He's going to flip one out here to his running back.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
This is caught. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Come on.
Try to run this one in. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. They get this out left. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play. And that will lead to a 3rd and goal.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense, exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Back to throw. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. From 3 yards out.
And the Packers lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And it's now 14-0.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
1. Back box right. 5. Man.
Lawrence. He's going to float this one deep right side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
And the Packers are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
19 tight.
More the man in motion. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Complete on the quick throw to Moore. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. He stiff arms him. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 down at the 33.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. Stopped in his tracks by Ahmad Gardner.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
18 Radley.
2nd and 6. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Moore. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
Touchdown, Packers. A great play there. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game.
And the Packers have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And it's now 21-0.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
On the set.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
From the 30 on second down, Lawrence. He's going to loft one deep left side here. He's got a man complete.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. Sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
And to be honest, this first half hasn't been anything they'd be really proud about. So they needed something like this to change their fortunes. Now they need to make sure they finish this one off, not just with points, but with a touchdown.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12.
Play action. It's Lawrence.
And a quick throw here that's complete.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
On 3rd down, Lawrence.
Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. A 15-yard touchdown grab.
And the Jags get a bit closer.
Point after, right down the middle. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away.
Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40.
Here we go.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. He'll look to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Check. 60 bicycles.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack.
And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
He's got the hook up with Dobbs. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And able to use his stiff arm for a little bit of leverage before he's taken down. A pretty good gain. 2nd and 3. And it's a Packers touchdown. A great effort there. On his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Hey, Alpha. 80 weapons.
Straight ahead, Etienne.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
On the double.
They'll try to run with Etienne.
And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line.
And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
Ready, ready. Ready to go.
Final play of the half. It's Lawrence.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Evan Ingram as time expires in the first half. And the Jaguars get a late touchdown here on the final play of the first half. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Extra point right down the middle. And that will take us to the end of the first half of play. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Now Lawrence.
Got a man over the middle, and it's complete.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line.
The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Running out of the gun with Etienne.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. Completes it to Evan Ingram. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 18. 23 yards the pickup there.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter.
Etienne up the middle.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. On 2nd and 9, Lawrence. Screenplay. Here's Etienne.
And he is going to lose yardage here. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Well, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. And the Packers are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
Here's a 2nd and 7. That pass complete to Moore.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They'll give him 4 yards there. And now we've got a 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Again, he finds Moore. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They go play action here on first down. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
They're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. He'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down. Went backwards. It's third and very long. On play action, they'll throw. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A heck of a play there on third down, but amazingly, they're still short for fourth.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. Back now in Jacksonville. It's Packer football here as they've got the lead as well to begin the fourth quarter. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need.
And the Jaguars are right back in this football game.
Now with that interception, you feel like we got a ball game again. Remember, 2-score contest and still time left here in the fourth.
And in the old days, not too long gone either, throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no. But the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the air.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Call it a gain of a yard, and it'll be second down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Throwing again on second down. Lawrence. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
The Jaguars on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
And the Packers are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration that's settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time, but now it's evident because you can see it in their faces, you can see it in their body language, maybe even a little bit in that play call that ended up maybe closing them out.
Got Dobbs over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
19 tight, 19 tight, 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yeah, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You just go ahead and play.
Here we go, here we go.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be second down. They'll look to throw again. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need.
And the Jags are right back in this football game. A few things better than a big man interception. You can always tell right when they get the football, there's that level of excitement and nervousness, and also like, what the heck do I do with this thing?
And you say, no better sight? Well, not for the quarterback who just threw it. It's bad enough to throw a pick. but throw one to the big guy. But you're right about that. Now what do I do with it? But what's fun about it is you know they're going to be in the film room after this ball game, tell all their teammates, maybe I should shift over to offense. I've got skills. What do you think?
Absolutely. I always find myself cheering for them after they intercepted. Unfortunately here, he couldn't make it into the end zone.
Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down.
Yeah. Hey, D6. Hey, Haywood.
Another try after the first down sack. Lawrence, he's going to sling this deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
And the Packers are going to take possession here at their own 33.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. He'll drop to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And quick throw here, that's complete.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Ready,
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted.
Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Jaguars are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. But just a lot going on there in the middle of the field, and this one winds up a turnover.
Yeah, we run a crossing route here, and the idea of it is to get defenders confused about who to go with. But if you throw it too early, sometimes it's your quarterback that gets confused, and here he throws it into coverage and gets it intercepted.
First play of the drive there is incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Now Lawrence to throw.
He finds his man, complete. It's Bass. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
In this situation, the dictation is coming from the defense, right? They're going to tell you, you can have 6, 7 yards, do that all the way downfield. Let's just go ahead and take the time off the clock. I think they've got to start attacking vertically a lot more.
Here we go. Got to have it. Lawrence.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Packers are going to win this football game. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim to none? Well, Slim just left town.
Now they're down to none.
Yes, exactly right.
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Going up top. And this is taken in at the 5. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there. 48 yards.
And the Packers look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Slot man moves right.
Let's go.
On 2nd and 7, Lawrence. The pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down.
Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. They go play action now. Lawrence.
Throw left side complete. That's Bass.
And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad. Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
On 2nd down, a run with Etienne. Room here to run. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line.
And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left.
Ready, set.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Look, 3. 5.
Now Lawrence. Out to his left.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Isaiah Simmons
In there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Packers, they're setting themselves up as a major contenders. They moved to 8-1 now on.
Yeah. Hold up, it ain't easy breaking away or being a great. They slamming the door, I'm jumping the gate.